Hello everybody, welcome to the beautiful Budapest. In this week's video I'm going to be discussing talking about finding really subtle but beautiful architectural details and getting them in our images in the centre of this beautiful city. I'm going to hunt out a couple of spots, I'm going to talk you through my images, and we're talking about the kind of things with beautiful curved staircases, details within the detail. Let's do this, shall we? Okay, so welcome to my first location for today, and I'm actually going to be using my 24mm tilt shift lens and looking to always get the highest vantage point I can to shoot straight across towards the detail. So I want to elevate my position even though I'm using that lens, if that makes sense. And in this first location, that could actually be quite tricky because actually the stairs I want is there, look. See this shot? I can see it already. It's got a beautiful curved element to it. And what I want to do is I want to get myself basically opposite up here. But to do that, I'm going to have to wait patiently for this gate here to open so that I can get in there and get that shot. Now that's not going to be so simple. However, if we do get into that position, it's going to make the shot just so much better. Because what I want to do is I want to zoom on in. I probably want to get the equivalent of about 35 to 50mm actually from across this side and just capture the detail, the framing of that beautiful staircase that's cutting through. I'll show you the detail if and when we get up there. The only thing that is looking a little bit tricky though is the light at the minute is falling in from kind of the top of the building. There's like an open, courtyard, and it's like half lit and half not. But the minute it's not showcasing in the area I want to photograph, so it's not going to matter. Hopefully the light moves and eases up a little bit more, so actually make our job even easier. But yeah, okay, let's try and get up there, shall we? Just 2 minutes. Somebody came, let me in. So we managed it and we got to where we need to be. The next challenge is going to be actually photographing the scene. Now the scene looks kind of fantastic actually, but it's going to be difficult to get a nice straight shot of it because there's a column, a post actually in the way in the centre of the shot, looking through to where we want. But I really love the cut through here with the architecture. The thing is, that light that I mentioned earlier is now starting to cut into our scene. So potentially I might have to come back after a coffee. But fantastic first shot here in Budapest. It's going to be brilliant actually. I've decided not to go get a coffee and to wait it out because it's quite a cloudy day. And there's going to be constant clouds going over the sun and blocking that light out. It just happened twice, so I'm going to quickly set up and then just be patient and wait for this shot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tripod quite close together actually so that I can put it on the ledge the other side of this banister, but keep it close to me. And that's just going to give me the ability to push it a little bit more central. But I'm also going to use the tilt shift lens to correct anything where I'm a little bit off. So I can use it creatively to kind of shift over almost into position if I'm not quite central. So of course I'm using the geared head as usual. There's so much stuff in Budapest, it's like incredible actually. I think I have like 50 pins on my map ready for this weekend's workshops. And to be honest with you, there's never going to be enough time for that. Hence why I've come out to a couple today to kind of just check them out really and to see what there is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really into the kind of urban fabric, kind of going into cities and looking for hidden gems. I really like it. With Budapest, a lot of people have photographed them over the years, so it's quite easy to find the addresses online. The difficult bit is getting in, as you've seen kind of there, where the gate's locked. It's more difficult to obtain access, basically. Now I'm just going to use the 24 just to check it what I want to do is just see if it's actually giving me enough. I actually think I want to be 35. And to be honest with you, I think I want 35 mil. So I'm actually going to put my 1.4 extender on. I really just want the detail here. It's what we're looking for. So let's put this on. Now, this makes the front of the really kind of hang out and over the front of the camera. You can see how long this has now extended that out. So you do have to be a little bit careful with balance with your tripod. So of course, when you do that, make sure you put your front leg out first and make sure it's balanced correctly so that it's not going to tip over. It's pretty important. Anyway, what we've got here now, and I'm going to show you in a second, is the lines, the detail exactly as I want it. Once the sun goes behind the cloud again, it's done it twice since I stood here. Oh, there's a piece of plastic falling in the sky. Falling through our frame, which of course we don't want to capture. But the bit that I really like is of course this kind of curvature of the stairs through the frame. So we've got the frame here looking really nice, and what I want to do is capture this here, but in detail. So I've just got to wait now just for this bit of sun, just so it makes my edit a little bit easier. And we're going to go for that. To kind of help me out, I've actually positioned my tripod. So one leg is in front of this and two are behind it. That's just going to basically stop my tripod from tilting forwards, especially when I'm filming. I can go backwards and forwards with it. Now, all I've done here is I've locked in my settings, F8, nice and easy. I've shifted my lens, but I've also shifted at an angle. So I'm slightly going at a 45-degree angle upwards, which is going to counteract the fact that I'm not dead center of this staircase. I could also give myself a little bit more separation between this on the other side, this railing, and the staircase itself by lifting my center column, which is exactly probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a little bit more separation. I really want to show that detail off, and it's a little bit blending in at the moment behind. At this point, everything's basically as we need it. I literally just got to wait for the sun. I'm showing you those details off, and it's all looking pretty good. Okay, so I actually went for a coffee and come back, and I moved the car, and we're still not there, so I made the right decision. Close though, soon gonna be gone, probably 10 minutes out from the shop. I had to be pretty patient here. This has probably been 2 hours in my time, maybe more than that actually, maybe 2.5 hours. So sometimes to get this sort of shot in interior photography, architecture photography, you do have to be incredibly patient. But I still really enjoy this side of it, the kind of waiting, taking it in. I've waited for 3 months to shoot. I haven't shot all summer. So for me, this is the enjoyment part. Me, camera, tripod, chilling. That's basically me. Gonna get this shot. I'll put the result on the screen. Now, of course, this is an episode all about architectural details, but without being patient in the interior and in the space, we wouldn't have the end result that we've got here. I've given you both the before and the after, before I moved the car and after. And you can see quite clearly by being patient, we've now got a beautifully backlit stairwell. And we didn't have that before. Just take a step back without your camera, without your LCD, and look at the architecture. Maybe you can pick out compositions that are a little bit different to the norm. Here I think I've done that with the staircase opposite, and like I said, the idea being that it showcases little glimpses of that style of architecture. It's a brilliant one. Hello. Just heading down now to the other location, which actually is just around the corner. So let's get some more architectural details, shall we? Okay, so what we've got here is I can actually do a pano if I wanted, actually, all the way through the scene. But when I'm zoomed in at this number, so this is the equivalent of 35mm, of course, and when I'm zoomed all the way in here, you can really tell all across the screen and the composition on the back here, especially if I brighten it up, have I lined everything up correctly? You can see here at the bottom, I'm actually well off. So I can actually just adjust it gently there, go back up through the focal length, shift the lens up again to the middle, back where I want it, fine tune it again. I'm going to just go back up through here. I'm a little bit too bright up the top. Just back to the middle, just double. So I'm just constantly checking for those lines, those shapes. You can see the bottom one is not perfect. That's it, pull it back up again. That's better. So now we've really taken our time. We can now lock in our exposure. Of course, I've focused on the wall. You can kind of see here in the frame. And if I pull it back to 1 over, 1 under, and 3 under, or 3 brackets, that's going to give me the details that I'm looking for. Just like that. I like the light fade off. You see here we've got light left, shadows right, a light fall off on the staircase, and you can kind of see that in real life up over here. When I move, the light is falling on the left side through the centre. Looking really nice. Okay, so we're pretty much wrapped up for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm actually going to be recording way more content because I've found it so far to be so much easier with the Pocket 3. Setting up, getting going and getting stuff on the go. It's really easy. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments, leave them below. I hope you've enjoyed those architectural details. And until next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.